My question is, was a notice of hearing posted or mailed to anyone to where apparently the news crews obviously got it? How is it that I do not know anything about this other than my bunk being kicked at 3 o'clock in the morning telling me I have court?
With the latest update on Sarah Boone, the first phrase that came to mind after observing her in court was by hook or by crook. And boy, oh boy, did she put the hook out there. And that is something you do not want to miss. And for those of you who don't know about Sarah Boone, you can catch up on my playlist. But Sarah Boone got named by the media as the suitcase murderer. Books have been written. Documentaries have captured this strange story of her playing a game of hide and seek.
911, what is the location of your emergency? 4748 France Court, apartment 3.
Exactly what happened there.
My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and I put him in his case and we were playing, and like kind of hide and seek kind of thing. So I fell asleep, and I woke up, and he was dead in the suitcase, so I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Right, okay, what's your apartment number?
3, blood coming out of his mouth, and I don't know if like he had like an aneurysm or what happened.
After drinking the night before, they decided it would be funny if he got into the suitcase. She zipped him up, went upstairs to bed, and passed out. When she woke up at 11 a.m. to her phone ringing, after getting up, she did not see George anywhere and thought maybe he's still in the suitcase. After unzipping it, she found him unresponsive. She was later charged with criminal felony, 2nd degree, M, punishable by life. One word I would use to describe Sarah Boone is she is persistent. And let's talk about that. So, if one continues on a course of action, in spite of difficulty or opposition, this is the definition of being persistent. Did you know the English phrase by hook or by crook dates back to 1380 and has since taken on a new meaning, by any means necessary, suggesting a crook or criminal will use any means possible to accomplish a goal. And Sarah Boone's conduct, according to the judge, has landed her where she is now. So what's going on? Why is it taking so long? She has been in jail since February 2020 and has had 8 attorneys who have withdrawn from her case. She is now representing herself, and we'll get to her latest plea in a minute. However, let's look at this hearing, because she wrote a 58-page letter to the court on the 7th of June, 2024, basically asking why can't she have medical records, evidence, her discovery, why can't she speak to her investigator so she can properly defend herself. So she's recognized that she is a litigant in person, pro se, and she goes on and on about being unsuccessful in getting this information from her previous attorneys. Then on the 8th of July 2024, about a month later after the 58-page letter, she writes again to the court, starting off with, "Where's my discovery?" So you can see what's happening here. As her pre-trial case management conference is coming up soon, the 24th of September 2024, and her trial is to begin on the 7th of October, and the judge hasn't moved on these dates as of yet. So here we are in court.
All right, sir, good morning. Could you state your name for the record?
Billy Lane.
And Mr. Lane, what's your affiliation with Prison Break Investigations?
I'm the owner and chief investigator.
So who is Prison Break Investigations? They specialize in providing criminal defense investigations for attorneys in need of criminal defense cases. Their team consists of former law enforcement officers, ensuring that each investigation is conducted in a professional and thorough manner. Their mission is to provide justice to those wrongfully accused by re-investigating their cases and uncovering the truth. So their team is comprised of a team of former law enforcement officers and they specialize in various areas of investigations. They also conduct fact-finding visits with clients in jail, allowing the attorneys to focus on preparing the defense while they conduct the field work. So now that we know Sarah Boone will be representing herself, the court has, allowed this agency to assist with what needs to be done.
Mr. Lane, what's your affiliation with Prison Break Investigations?
I'm the owner and chief investigator for Prison Break.
Okay, very good. The reason the court had this hearing this morning is the court has found that Ms. Boone has forfeited her right to counsel and waived her right to counsel alternatively by virtue of her conduct in this case. As such, Ms. Boone is currently representing herself. The court has been working diligently to provide you the discovery. I received your letter, ma'am, and I have reviewed it. We have not forgotten about you. It's just taken some time in order to coordinate the appropriate processes with the jail.
So the result of this hearing, the court has ordered that Prison Break Investigations Billy Lang shall take possession and custody of all the discovery, which is 2 boxes, and they are going to copy all the discovery onto as many jump drives as necessary. This is required because Sarah Boone has said she still, after 4.5 years, has not received all her discovery. So, as this agency is independent, they can assure that Sarah Boone has all the discovery, so she cannot later complain that she doesn't have all the evidence and documents. They will arrange with the jail to meet with her. Now, I said I would let you know about Sarah Boone's latest letter to the court, as she has quite cleverly included in her letter a plea for an attorney. You can pause to read, but you cannot say she's not creative. But one might think, is this strange? Though, as you can see, I think she clearly knows that the public has access to her letters to the court. Why else would she do this? And if you look at the prison transport instructions, maybe that's where she got her template idea from, which leads me to believe that she has seen some of her discovery at least. What do you think? Can you see the similarities in how she structured her ad? So, for Sarah Boone to file inmate seeks attorney, she clearly does realize she will have difficulty in representing herself. But in my opinion, Sarah Boone wants to understand and know everything. And I will play a clip for you of an example that she had asked the court in this hearing, as she wanted to know something else. But I'll play that for you in a second, because I'm sure this is part of the reason why she had such a hard time keeping attorneys, that she was appointed. As when a client wants to know everything, it takes up so much time, and at a point, if the client can't trust the advice you're giving them, well, then you have to wonder if it's a right fit. So I will play the clip and I will let you know the secret, as the judge was very patient with Sarah. However, he wasn't going to let her keep questioning the court because she doesn't understand the legal system. So here, let's have a listen.
Know that you've been waiting for this information, and it took some time to confirm the process with the jail. You've advised me that you have very limited space, you have almost no privacy, you have a small drawer where you can keep some personal effects. We could not send all of those boxes with you to the jail, and the jail advised me that they cannot take all those boxes. A process had to be created.
I've been waiting for that, and I would much rather prefer a hard copy of these to where I can write on them as opposed to anything that's on a laptop.
I am unable to provide that for you. I have been provided the process has been provided to me by the Orange County Jail. I understand that's your preference, but I can't do anything more than what I've done right now.
I understand. And I have had other information given to me, which is why I've been waiting for the boxes for them. So I don't know, is this something that I need to pursue continuously still for me to be able to receive my hard copies? Because no one tells me anything.
I cannot answer that question, because that may call for me providing you legal advice, which I am prohibited from doing.
Okay. Well, because I have no other way of contacting you other than in a letter, and it's AKA worldwide. So am I supposed to go back and speak to the captain and whoever else it is that I might need to speak to in order to receive these?
Again, I cannot answer that question. All I can tell you is that we will have a hearing on August 5, whereby which Prison Break Investigations will provide all of the information on USB drives. Those will be provided to a representative from the Orange County Jail, who will place all that information on a laptop for you to use, and that's accessible for your use from 0800 to 1600 every day.
Right. Okay, so I guess I will figure that out, because if I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning, I can't utilize the laptop, which is another reason why I was looking forward to the hard copies. So my other question is my time prorated for the time that I've been waiting for my discovery?
I'm not sure I understand what that means.
Will I be having additional time added, or will it be extended from the time period of me waiting for my discovery still?
I'm not in a position to answer that question. I don't know what it is that you're asking for.
My pretrial is supposedly set for September 24th, I believe it is. So obviously I will not be prepared, and obviously I do not know what I'm doing, and obviously I'm still waiting for my discovery. So for that time period that I have been waiting for almost 4 weeks now, will that be added to the time frame in order for me to be properly prepared?
As of right now, the dates are what the dates are, ma'am.
Okay, so I just miss a week, a month.
The dates are what the dates are.
Was a notice of hearing posted or mailed to anyone to where apparently the news crews obviously got it? How is it that I do not know anything about this other than my bunk being kicked at 3 o'clock in the morning telling me I have court?
Ma'am, I have no other way to get in touch with you other than setting the hearing, which was set yesterday once I received confirmation from the jail as to the processes for how this would work.
Ask, how did Mr. Lane come into any of this? Like, how was he called?
Mr. Lane has been your investigator in this case, and he was advised to attend this morning's hearing by virtue of being provided the discovery in order to digitize it so that you can have access to it.
The court contacted him?
I did not contact him.
Am I allowed to speak to him directly?
You can?
Mr. Lane, who contacted you in order for you to be here, please?
The JA contacted me.
If I'm pro se and my own attorney, shouldn't I be included in all of this so I know what's going on and not a surprise hearing like it is again for the second time?
Ma'am, again, this is why there were benefits to being represented by counsel. The court has already identified in its 16-page order the reasons for why you no longer have those benefits.
Right, which
It
is
makes things
malformed.
exceptionally more difficult, as I explained to you, in communicating with the court and communicating with the state attorney's office.
Isn't that what a certificate of service is for anything that's filed by anybody in the court?
There
That
was,
should be included in that.
ma'am, there was no certificate of service for setting this for today. This was coordinated by the JA. You were advised as soon as it was set. It was set yesterday.
It's just very odd to me that the news knew about it before I did.
Again, I can't speak to that.
And so nonetheless, my constitutional right to counsel is being forfeited on your behalf in the court. So now I don't get appropriate notice in preparation for me to be able to be here and doing what I'm supposed to be doing and act as and perform as?
I've already addressed the reasons, ma'am, for why there was a forfeiture and alternatively a waiver in the 16-page order that you were provided. Again, it's difficult to communicate with you based on where your current housing is. I'm not able to pick up the phone. The judicial assistant's not able to pick up the phone to communicate with you or send you an email to schedule certain things. And it leaves a little bit of a level of further complication.
How is it the news knows before I do?
You keep asking the same question, and the answer is going to be the same. I cannot answer that question for you because I do not know.
Well, what did you think? The judge was so patient with Sarah Boone. However, I can let you know in on the secret because she asked several times how the news knew before her that there was going to be a hearing. There is nothing unfair going on. There is something called e-notification that media can set up. And on the screen, I have given you an example, and this is an example of one court showing 1 day of scheduled hearings, and one could set up notifications for specific cases. If you remember the Darrell Brooks trial, he also ended up representing himself, and I went through highlights of the challenges he had and the court had, so check that out. Now, what's your thoughts? Do you think an epic opportunity awaits an attorney if they assist Sarah Boone, or will it be a career nightmare? By leaving a comment, you may help someone else that will read your comment. And of course, I love to read all comments as they are valued, and together we can be more informed. And this information may help you or someone you know. In the meantime, on this channel, you'll find a variety of playlists to suit every curiosity about the justice system. And we provide you with a visual to information and the process. Going through a legal worry is devastating, and the Who Knew and Why Me playlists are designed to help you or someone you know. So please like this video if you like this kind of content. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to be notified when I'm going live or upload another video. I'm Karen Cole from Legal Minded Friends. Information is power, meaning if you know something, you can make decisions that are right for you.